good, everyone? It's Marvin, also known as MJO23Dan. We're nearing the end of 2023, so I wanted to share with you guys all of my pickups for the year. Some that I didn't review, but I'm going to bring you all of that right now. Alright, so as I'm checking out the collection just from this perspective and from what you guys see here, I can pinpoint some sneakers that I enjoyed picking up. Other ones were just like, eh. A lot of the stuff that I picked up are pretty much from the 2023 release time. There are some older models, like my absolute favorite is the OG Air Jordan 4 Fire Red. I'll talk about that. Another favorite that I absolutely loved was getting the 2020 Grinch Kobe 6. And then just on happenstance, somebody reached out and was just like, hey, you probably need the OG. So I found the OG at a killer price. And then somebody reached out for the OG Grinch 6s, and I got that for a really good deal. Some of my other favorites are probably the reimagined Air Jordan 3. Another favorite is probably the Air Zoom Generation First Games, or also known as the LeBron 1. We didn't really see too much of the Air Jordan 1 highs, the high OGs. I did pick up the white and black pair, and I did so on resale, so I wasn't able to cop on retail price. So that was a nice addition to the collection. Another one that I really liked that I saw from afar and was kind of like a completion to a set was the Air Jordan 13 White Maze. And then there's a whole collection of like airships that I saw, not Jordan related, although it is Jordan related. A lot of that stuff I felt like I overspent on it because a lot of that stuff also went way under retail. So I think I could have waited for that stuff to like go on sale before I just jumped onto it. I was initially trying to go for the entire set, but they're releasing so many at this point. Is like, do I really need every single colorway? And that should be like the mentality when it comes to like sneakers too, right? Like you try to be selective on the type of stuff that you want to pick up, but sometimes you can't help yourself. But and then also your favorites, the Gratitude 11s. Everyone looks forward to like the Holiday 11 that comes out every single year. But we're going to go ahead and talk about all that right under the bright lights, and I'll show you guys in detail like what everything looks like and give you, just a little bit more of what I think. I think there's over like 50 pairs here, so I'll try to, run through it and try to give you guys my thoughts and impressions of it. All right, so the first shoe of the year for 2023, this pickup was probably my most favorite of the year. And probably the most expensive one too. This is the Air Jordan 4 Fire Red, the original from 1989. So Jordan wore this in the first 3 months of the 89-90 season, and then he switched off to the Air Jordan 5 during like the All-Star festivities. And so the story on how I acquired this was through a Facebook group. And I had talked to an individual that had listed the pair completely dead stocked. Although you can see there is cracking. I did do a video on this to show you guys the first shoe of the year, the first pickup. But I was not comfortable sending over the 5-figure number in order to complete this deal. Luckily, I enlisted my good friend Mike, 234 Life Collection, who lives in Missouri, which is also the location where this sneaker was, and he helped me facilitate the deal to get this done. So a 5-figure deal. The seller was also interested in reimagined or lost and found Air Jordan 1s, and I had a couple pair of those, so I just included that into the deal just to get the money aligned right. And then I kicked back about 10% of the total back to my good friend Mike. So, helping me to facilitate the deal in order for me to get this OG Air Jordan 4 Fire Red. Man, super happy to have these in the collection. Thanks, Mike. So the second sneaker of January 2023 that I picked up was this Jordan Airship in white and yellow. And so the individual that helped me cop this pair was Evanga on IG, who is also the owner of a store called Backdoor Bottega, located in Italy. So this is one of many colorways that were to drop for the Jordan Airship in 2023. Thought it was a simple and clean colorway. Retail was $140. All right, so we are in the month of February, and the Union AJKO canvas, and there's also a leather pair that came out, which I'll speak about in a bit, drops for $150. So thought this was pretty cool. They did the AJKO in a low. Believe it's the first time that they've ever done this. And they included different color swooshes on there as well, I believe. Still has the look of the AJKO with the collab portion. You can see other bits and parts from the pairs that you all love from Union. So that was $150. And then because I missed out on this one, I ended up grabbing it on eBay. This is the leather version, which I think people like this one more. Although I do feel that the canvas is a little bit more true to the original. But leather is cool too. Different hits, different colorway here with the blue swooshes or the navy. And then you got that aged look on the outsole there. So these were $150 a piece. The Union AJKO. So 2023 was the year of the rabbit. These are the Chinese New Year Air Jordan 23s. I luckily had a friend out there that was visiting the Philippines at the time, and he was able to get me a pair for retail. I did reach out to Titan, and we were able to come together on a deal, but shipping was mad expensive. I did not know that my buddy was out there in the Philippines, so I ended up getting two pair. Unfortunately, I sold one of them, so I do have the sole pair here. But the 23 is a classic sneaker. It's one of my favorites in the Air Jordan line, with that considered look. They use less glues, lots of handmade properties here, the stitching and everything. I just think that the 23 is just a beautiful looking shoe. There is one more Air Jordan 23 that's out there. It's also representing the Chinese New Year as well. That has never reached the States, and neither did this one, but I'm kind of waiting to see on the deal for that one. And that came at the end of 2023. So it's kind of weird. Maybe it's just to commemorate the 2024. I can't remember off the top of my head what year of animal it is for Lunar New Year. So forgive me. But yeah, these are the Year of the Rabbit Air Jordan 23s. Here we have the return of the Air Jordan 13 playoff. Jordan also wore this in the 1997-98 All-Star game. And there are pictures of him, battling up against Kobe Bryant. But, the All-Star, the playoff, whichever way you want to call it. Shout out to my good friend Mike, or Mo, who runs the Unboxed app, and saw this, and he offered it to me for retail. So if you guys want to check out his app, it's called Unboxed. So this one retailed for $210, and Mike reached out and hit me up with retail plus ship. Glad to have it in the collection. So Cardinal 7s also made a return in 2023. These also retailed for $210, but I was able to wait for a sale on Nike and was able to get them down to about $170 or maybe $165, something like that. But they brought back the Cardinal 7 in true to form to its OG. I can't remember if I did a comparison video with this. I believe I may have. If not, hit me down in the comments to let me know if you guys want one. But I believe I did one and I compared it to the OG. So Cardinal 7s, another classic Jordan wore in his playing days. Finishing up the month of February, we get the Air Jordan 12 A Ma Manière. This is the black version. And also they did a white version. So the white version had some flaws to it, as you can see with any dyes that they use on the upper or the midsoles of Jordan. Sometimes when you have a white upper, you get a little bit of a transfer with the dye there. So unfortunately, pairs in the white colorway that had the burgundy on here transferred over, but still a dope shoe. You had a different take of the Air Jordan 12 in a new colorway. The other side had the A on it, I believe. But it's cool that they did these little additions to it. And I believe these retailed for $225 each. So if you were fortunate enough to get these maybe on sale, hey, more power to you. So the reimagined Air Jordan 3. This might be on some people's list for sneaker of the year, only because, white cement, classic Air Jordan 3. Man. The only thing that people were really upset about was the elephant print on these, and then possibly if you don't really like that age look, I think the aging is proper. So it's reminiscent to what an original would look like nowadays, or even like the 94 pair. But yeah, the elephant print was something that a lot of people took offense to because of the heavy print on one over the other. But it's not that bad on my pair. I was fortunate enough to get two pair. I got my double up. One from Nike and one locally at a store here in my town. But glad to have these. I believe they retailed for $210. But hopefully we get the black cement version of this sometime soon. And hey, maybe even the fire reds or the true blues. It'd be nice to get that shape on there. White and green on the Jordan Airship. So, they're coming out with different colors throughout. Just like with an Air Jordan 1, you get your white red, your white yellows. They're coming out with a lot of colors of this particular shoe. I got this one local to me, and I believe they were $140 as well. Stamping on the interior lining there, so you know what size you have. Old school to the original sneakers of the 80s. But this one has the classic Jordan 1 sole, which differentiates from the original airships that released back in the 80s, where it's a different type of sole. But yeah, white and green Jordan airship. So redesigned look on the Nike Air Max 1. This is one of Tinker Hatfield's first ever designs for Nike. And the difference there, the big old bubble. I think they did a fair job. And, they created the different shape of the Air Max 1 altogether. This, I believe, was $150. The classic white and red Air Max 1. First game, Nike Air Zoom Generation. This was the first home game that LeBron James wore, 11/5/2003, for the NBA. He was a home game, meaning, playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The other shoe that he first wore in his first NBA game against the Sacramento Kings is the debut. This is labeled as the first game. So there's people that are confused on why it's called the first game. Well, now you know. But This one I definitely wanted in my collection because I missed out on the first, or the OG color of the shoe back in 2003. And those still resell for quite a bit of money. Glad to have the retro here in my possession. These retailed for $180. I didn't really see this one on sale throughout the months of 2023, other than like a select few in like kid sizes at the outlet. But yeah, I didn't see these in men's sizes on sale anymore. The debut, on the other hand, definitely did. But here are your first game: Nike Air Zoom Generation, or the LeBron ones. So one of the classic colors in the Air Jordan 1 OG 85 High, you have the white and black Air Jordan 1. So nope, they're not pandas. That's a popular nickname that was given to sneakers in 2022-23. Crazy enough, but this is just of better quality. So I was not able to get this on release day. It did come with the original style hang tag, the 85 cut, and these retail for $200. I believe I paid a little bit more using eBay, but I did have credit, so it didn't cost me an arm and a leg to get these, but glad to have them in my collection. Does this shoe even need an introduction? You guys know what it is. These are the Kobe 6 Grinches. This is the Protro model from 2020. Man, I've been wanting this sneaker for a very, very, very long time. Was not able to look for an original in dead stock condition in my size. In Kobe's and any performance sneaker, I usually go up a half size, so 10.5 is this size, and they fit great. Now they also came with another set of laces to kind of facilitate that Grinch theme. Unfortunately, I think when he was wearing these back in 2010 Christmas, they lost that game. I believe it was against the Miami Heat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. I had funds in my eBay account, and so I used that to purchase this sneaker, something that I really wanted. There's one other Kobe I also want too, and that is the Fade to Black Kobe 11. And someday I'll be able to get those as well. I probably have to like unload some pairs in order to get it. I don't want to put too much of a dent in my bank account when trying to get something like that. But that sneaker is iconic, something I need to have in the collection. But hey, Grinches, welcome to the collection. So back in 2005, I had noticed my boss was wearing a pair of Air Jordan 13s, but they were the black and maize Air Jordan 13 lows, and I thought those were super clean. This is part of the set. This one is the white and black version, or like the home colorway of the maize Air Jordan 13 low. 2005 was a great year for sneakers and new colorways being introduced and all that. I definitely was able to find this one through the homie Liu Kang's Closet on Instagram. If you guys are looking for older pairs and you guys are a collector as well, definitely follow him on Instagram. He's the dude to be able to try and get older pairs. This one was in dead stock condition. And he also helped me grab the Nike Air Raid 2s last year. He reached out. He knew that I wanted them. And we were able to get a deal done. So great dude, great homie. He lives in Northern California as well. And so maybe someday I'll meet him in person. But the white and maize Air Jordan 13 low. So I believe the Lightning 4s came out last year and the Thunder 4s this year. So glad to have this one in the collection. I've always admired the Thunder and Lightning pack from back in the day. I believe it was like 2006. And it's one of those things where like they were so expensive then that maybe if they just even retroed, you'd be able to have a set of your own, and I was able to get that. But I was able to get this pair off the homie Jules, aka Unrivaled Kick. So if you guys are looking for sneakers as well, local homie of mine, he was able to secure a pair for me at retail. What's cool about the Thunder 4 is that even though I've wanted this sneaker since the 2006 year, the very next day I was able to find the jacket. So this is the jacket that was sold as a pack on Jumpman23.com when they used to do releases back then, and it's got that laser print all over it. Pretty crazy. This one retailed for $300. I believe the pack was $500, so you would have to get the jacket and the shoes, I believe, in order to get the set back then. But yeah, the Thunder 4s and the jacket, crazy. I haven't really been announcing the months of when I was grabbing these sneakers, but we're into April, and the Wizards colorway of the Air Jordan 3. Also, I guess you can pretty much think about it being a true blue colorway, but difference is it has the copper hits on the Jumpman and part of the eyelets, as well as the bottom part of the shoe. So this is cool to match up with the Wizards jerseys that Jordan wore back in the early 2000s when he was playing still. And yeah, I wish that Nike would be able to retro the Wizards jerseys, although maybe even Mitchell and S, who knows. But I know that Jordan has a big gripe against the Washington Wizards. But it's kind of weird how they made a Wizards colorway of the Air Jordan 3, but can't get the jersey. I don't know. It's kind of off-putting, but I know people are wanting the Wizards jerseys to retro. But yeah, $210 for retro Air Jordan 3 Wizards. So your Toro Bravo Air Jordan 6. This one was a pretty dope colorway. You know, they matched up the Toro Bravo Air Jordan 5 and put it onto the 6. My only gripe about this is that the different colors and how like they don't really match up all too well with each other. You know, the upper looks like it's dried out. It's kind of got that faint look of the red to it. And then you get this really glossy red on the midsole. So those two kind of clash to me. The red on the black does look dope. So you have the little pocket here with the Jumpman, as well as the lace lock here. So I thought it was pretty cool, but still a clean colorway. $200. I know pricing is like between 200, 210, 215, 210. Man, I just feel like it jumps back and forth. 225. Wow. Man, what if sneakers were like 250 retail or 300 like we're getting with the Air Jordan 17s next year? Man, it's going to be pretty wild. All right, so here are 3 pairs for you of the Airship. These kind of are kind of a pack, I guess. You have the Dune Red, the Diffuse Blue, and the Tech Gray. These two, actually this one first, was reminiscent more of Nigel Sylvester's pair. You didn't have this blue here on the eyelets, and I don't believe there was cracking on the upper of the shoe all throughout. The back did say Bike Air. These are considered the Every Games, as well as the Dune Red. So you can see that both pairs will have Every Game on the back. So this one is more of like that cracked, well, I would say maybe more like an aged look of the suede on the upper. And then, you know, this one with the leather. Now the Tech Gray Jordan Airship has one of the nicest suede, hairy suede on an Airship or a Nike shoe or Jordan shoe that I've ever really felt. It's kind of like terry cloth material. And I even like put this outside, put it in the wind, and you can see like the little fibers were just like waving back and forth in the wind. It's really nice. It feels really nice. So unfortunately, like all these pairs went down in price. If you're a collector, that's probably a good thing. If you're a reseller, it's not a good thing. I don't know. It's kind of a crazy thing. But I think with me, like I kind of want to balance. I want to be able to like hold value to sneakers that I have, and then just appreciate others just for it. But yeah, I just thought I'd put all of these three pairs in all together, since it's kind of like they all release at the same time. All right, so coming into June now, we have the $125, which is a great price for a basketball sneaker. This is the Nike Air Huarache. You can remember maybe episodes of Kobe wearing this. And great sneaker, great 90s sneaker. Like you got that blue hit with the white and the purple. Man. And you got like that little aqua green on the sole, the hit of that. I was in San Diego. This, I believe, it released around my birthday, which is the 5th of June. I believe this was the June 7 release or something like that. But I was able to grab them away from home and then bring them back with me back to the crib. So yeah, this is a great sneaker. Classic Nike Air Huarache. These are the Nike Air Attacks. This is the first time that John McEnroe's signature sneaker from back in the 80s had released, and it was given a retro. Now, you guys might know the similar style with the Cactus Jack version. I don't have those. Then the only difference really is the reverse swoosh and the Cactus Jack on the back. So the difference in value there is a couple $100. It's crazy to me like how much influence Travis Scott has on sneakers and values and stuff like that. But I guess a lot of people just really care about that more than just actually appreciating the shoe. I thought this was a great shoe. It's a great collector's piece for people that were yearning for this, just like I have for the Airship. And yeah, I just really think that they could have done much more different with the even the rollout for the Cactus Jack ones. Like I thought it was kind of cringy where you had John McEnroe fighting with Travis Scott on like the release of his sneaker, even though like we saw this like toward the end of June. And if you have this pair, I think it's great. So celebrate it. So around the month of July of 2023, the Court Purples, the Air Zoom Generation released. And this one I remember seeing on the feet of LeBron James in a preseason battle that the Lakers were having, and he was just on the sidelines. And I thought this was a great looking shoe. I already like the Air Zoom Generation already, and I think purple, going along with the Lakers theme, I thought it was wonderful. So you can even, I guess, throw it back to like Sacramento Kings and being his first game. But I guess you can wear it as a Kings fan, I guess, or you can wear it as a Lakers fan. Still a fantastic color. This is the Air Zoom Generation Court Purple. So the Air Jordan 2 came correct around 2022 into 2023. This one was the low, the UNC, which Jordan had played in a alumni game. You guys might remember the pair that was also in the pack, paired up with the Converse. And, the date was wrong on that one. But there was another game where he played in a low. And this pretty much commemorates that time. So I believe this was 150 when they released. So yeah, back in July of 2023. The IG community is awesome. This one I saw on the stories of Instagram user la.souls, and he had I don't know what you call it, restoried this pair from another individual, and he was unloading it, and I was like, wait a minute. Remember I was talking to you earlier in the video about not being able to get the OG Grinches? These are the OG Grinches. 2010. Man, so grateful to have these. I did pay, actually, I didn't pay as much as resale is asking for. I probably paid a couple hundred less. So, I mean, you guys can get the idea of how much these things cost. But OG Grinches, man, like this is something that Kobe wore back when he was playing in the day, and I'm glad to even have these in the collection. Like I had mentioned when I was talking about the sneaker previously, is that the Nike Kobe 11 Fade to Blacks is probably like high on my need for Kobe sneakers, and something that I want to definitely grab for the collection. But OG Grinches, man, can't go wrong. Finishing up the month of July are these UNC Toe Air Jordan 1s, and pretty much reminiscent to a Carolina blue, I suppose. A little bit darker on the darker end here. It had the black laces in it, and the Move to Zero campaign that Nike is doing. The laces now don't come in bags; they come in these boxes. So some of them will come in bags, but some will come with boxes for different sneakers throughout the year. I'm not sure if they're gonna, just move to this this way going forward, but I still see sneakers in bags and such like that, or even like the laces are thrown in. But yeah, I thought this was a clean colorway. Almost has like that black toe color block of the shoe, which I genuinely like. This is the Air Jordan 1 UNC Toe. Okay, so we're in the month of August now, and we come up to the Ama Manier Nike, or the Jordan Airship, and white and black. I remember seeing this on the feet of James Whitner on a sneakers story. I believe it was on sneakers. And this one you can see like the age look on the midsole and on the outsole as well. They didn't do that too much to the upper, although they did have like the yellow outlining a little bit. And then you see it on the tongue, age look on the tongue. Now remember I had spoke to you about the laces, and the cardboard boxes and stuff. So this one actually came with a bag, but not with the laces. It had like a charm here. Ama Manier's branding on there. Actually, here are the laces. 2 bags. So one's got that age look to it. The other one's the black, and then the white ones in the shoe. I took those off. And Ama Manier branding all throughout. Here's the back. You can see on the back it says Nike Air, and then the Ama Manier branding, and that's the same on the tongue as well. So I'm still mad that I wasn't able to get the limited edition of the white and blue airships that Ama Manier did, and that one's going for crazy money. I probably will not be adding that to the collection unless I can get them for closer to retail. Here is the Union Air Jordan 1 linked up with BBS, or Beffy's Beauty Salon, which is the owner of Union, Chris Gibbs' wife's shop. And they did like a little collab there between both of their companies. The sneaker is supposed to take inspiration from the Nike Footscape, so you can see like the woven here all throughout the sneaker. This one I think was a miss.
among sneakerheads. You know, the Air Jordan 1 is a classic model. They did, you know, bring it back with, you know, their Union hits, obviously, with the tag here, the big old Air Jordan uh, wings logo on the ankle, and then the Frankenstein stitching on it. But I don't know. I think Jordan Brand kind of went OD with their aged approach here with sneakers, and you know, but that's kind of like in line, I guess, with the reimagined look now. Something, you know, they do with either twisting it to make it look like something of a modern twist or aging it. Like those are kind of like the two philosophies nowadays with Air Jordan storytelling. This one I loved. This is the corporate Jordan Airship collaboration between Jordan Brand and Corporate, which is a sneaker boutique out in Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out to you guys, Matt Tomomichael, Sneaker Dave. You guys did your thing on this one. All teal hits. Got the corporate tag on there. Corporate on the heel. The Gotham on the back. Crazy looking sneaker. I mentioned to you about the Tech Gray suede on that pair and how it's super hairy. This one is pretty much the same deal here. But yeah, I'm just really happy for the guys over at Corporate. I've been talking to them for quite some time, and I've been friends with Sneaker Dave for a long time. So actually, I want to give him a shout out here. I'm not sure how far many of you guys will even make it to the video, but the reason why I do sneaker comparisons and such is not only because like I generally like to see the progression of where Jordan Brand is with their products, but I remember Sneaker Dave doing comparison videos back on YouTube, and I just took inspiration from that. And he's the homie. Love that dude. Got a ton of knowledge on sneakers, and he also works for Corporate as well. So yeah, shout out to Sneaker Dave for everything. He even signed my box, which is pretty dope. All right, the Corporate Jordan Airship. So we're in the month of September here, and the return of the Air Jordan 8 playoff, or the Breads, however you guys want to say it. This is the first time that Jordan Brand has brought back this sneaker with the red pull tab, just like the original. So it's great that they're able to, you know, listen and take note of what sneakerheads have been wanting with something that's true to OG form. I was able to do a video on these, I believe, to show you guys a comparison and look of the Air Jordan 8 playoff. So these released, I believe, on September 21st. Retail price was $210. This was my last Airship pickup of the year. This is the Forget Me Nots women's colorway, women's size of the Jordan Airship. Has a clear sole here. So this was an international sneaker. You can only get them internationally. It's by a Japanese brand, and it's got rough cuts of the leather all throughout. This was also nicknamed the Bud to Flower. So great leather quality on this. I think people missed out on it, and I think it was just not as popular of a sneaker. You can see here like a different insole in there with the flowers. So still like fantastic quality on a Jordan Airship. I think this is sorely missed from sneakerheads. But yeah, the Forget Me Nots Jordan Airship. People have been wanting this colorway to return since 2009. The cherry or the white and red Air Jordan 12s. Retail was $210, but I think people were happy to pay that. I didn't really see too much price reduction on this, and they sold out instantly. A lot of people really like this colorway. Um, yeah, another OG style classic, and I just the only thing that I didn't like is that they continue to use plastic on the eyelets here, the top two, and something that Jordan Brand I think can definitely fix. Hopefully they are able to do so in the future. But yeah, the Cherry 12s, man, can't go wrong. So women's colorway, this is the satin Air Jordan 1 bread. This released many years ago, and it was a limited edition. I believe they released in men's. This one does the Move to Zero campaign as well with the boxes. So red laces here in this. One thing I really liked, and actually that let me go back. The men's pair was numbered, I believe, to 301 pair, and this one did not have a numbering. Usually that's printed on the lining here for that original, but these were not. So there was an abundance of this. Pretty much the first sneaker I think that people didn't really care for, I guess. This happened to go on sale, even as low as like $130. So yeah, it's a bread colorway though. Like it's crazy, like how much like sneakers in the past few months have gone on sale. Metal on the eyelets here, really nice. These are the bread satin Jordan 1s. Another sneaker that went on sale, heavily discounted, the Royal Reimagined Air Jordan 1. All suede upper on it. Nice quality, good materials. Extra set of laces here, royal blue. And this one was a miss as well. And you can still find a lot of sizes going on here with this. Actually, a little trick that I was able to use for these is that they went on sale maybe a month or two later, and I called in to Nike, and as long as they have the size and color available on the website, you can kind of bypass having to return these by just calling them in and letting them know that you want your order price adjusted. So I went down, I probably saved about $50 just doing that method. And I like buying from Nike because their return policy is bar none, like the best. So you have 60 days really to return something if you don't like it for any reason. But you can definitely go beyond 60 days as long as it's unworn, unwashed, whatever. And they will be able to refund you the full amount that you purchased it for. So the Royal Reimagined Air Jordan 1. So we're into November now, and these had released some months back, but the debut, Nike Air Zoom Generation. This is LeBron's first colorway, first sneaker in the NBA that he wore on the first road game against the Sacramento Kings. And I have the OG of this, and I remember them being heavily discounted then and being at the outlets. And this pair I didn't really see at the outlets, although they were still available online and even on Nike.com for as low as $103. Again, I was able to use the call-in method to get my price adjusted for the pair, and they honored that. And so just a great sneaker. I'm not sure like why this sneaker doesn't get as much love, but maybe because it's LeBron James. I don't know. But hey, the Air Zoom Generation, the debut. This is the Air Jordan 11. Everyone remembers the holiday tradition of grabbing Air Jordan 11s for Christmas, and this one actually shock dropped and even did exclusive access back in November of 2023. Great sneaker, leather upper, reminiscent of the DMP 11, and the DMP 11 had the mesh on it. This one has the leather with different gold hits all throughout. Did a video on this. Thought it was a great sneaker. Although, in the few weeks later on, and even into this month of December, which I'm doing the video on, I have seen postings of bad quality of the patent leather cracking and everything. It's a thin cut of patent leather, I will agree. I have not worn my pair, so I can't give you that, but it's one of those things where it's like, is Jordan brand quality still up there? Hey, hit or miss, right? The Gratitude Air Jordan 11. The newest Air Jordan signature model, the Air Jordan 38, these released a couple months ago as well, but I was able to get them down to about 130 bucks. I believe this sneaker was originally going for 200 something plus dollars, maybe $200. And it's the newest Air Jordan signature model. What are your guys' thoughts about Jordan brand continuing to hit models? Do you think, well, actually, this is what I think. I think that they should stop at the Air Jordan 45. We're already here at the Air Jordan 38. It's supposed to take cues off the Air Jordan 8. And I think it's just on its last run. Like, I feel like Jordan brand is just a legacy brand at this point where they can just, release retros and be okay. Although they do have a team of superstars, Luka, Jason Tatum, those types of names where they try to push the brand forward. But I don't know. They're even releasing signature models of their own sneakers within Jordan brand, which, Michael Jordan is still the face of. And so I just think it's pretty crazy. Hey, if you're in the card world, you guys might know like that tongue and what it represents. Remember the Jordan record collection? Yeah, if you guys are into cards, you guys would know. But that's what it kind of reminds me of. But anyways, these are called the fundamental Air Jordan 38. Sticking to the month of November, we have the Air Jordan 13 Wheats. So these came back as a retro for the first time since 2004, and did a video on these as well. These retail for $200, and I was able to actually get these recently on sale for 150 bucks, and I think that's a sweet spot for sale items for the Air Jordan 13. And even like Jordan retros, really 150 and below, I'm definitely gonna cop. So I think just $200 for Air Jordan retros and more is a lot, especially in the climate nowadays where sneakers are going down in price. When it comes to Air Jordans, yeah, 150 is a no-brainer. All right, so about 10 years removed from the original Air Jordan 3 Fear is this 2023 version of the Air Jordan 3 Fear with those gray hits, the orange hits, the gradient look, all that. So 2013 was the last time that we saw this colorway drop. We still are missing the Air Jordan 4 and the 5. A lot of people like the 4 to begin with, and hopefully we'll see those down the line. And then my final pickup of the year, the Reverse Grinch Kobe 6. Not too much to be said here.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the pickups of the year. There were a lot of sneakers, a lot that I spent on. I think I doubled the past 2 years of pickups in 2023 alone. We'll see what 2024 brings. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. I'll try to make more videos as they come along, and I'll talk to you guys later. Happy New Year. Take care.